Hello, everybody. Welcome to Kim Simmons' interview space. I'm Tamara Howell, and I'm joining Kim today to talk about behind the scenes of Therabundle.
Super exciting.
Yeah.
First of all, are you like super tired, but also super like buzzing and awake constantly? That's how I feel. Like you were up till 2 a.m. yesterday. I was up till 1 a.m. We were still Zooming I was in my dressing gown. You had your hair in a bun.
Yeah. Pajamas.
Yeah,
makeup.
We were cozy, but yeah, we were talking. We were too excited. We wanted to wait until there was 100 sales, and we were waiting for it. It was so exciting, but I was so tired, right? As well.
And then I turned around and I thought I'd be able to like announce it to my husband, and he'd already gone to bed.
See, this is why I'm your work wife. I need someone to like share all these things with.
I'm so glad someone else will stay up and do the milestones with me.
Yeah, super exciting. How exciting is it that it's live though? Can you believe we're actually at the point where it's live?
I just couldn't wait. All of yesterday I could see, I've got this tech, what do you call it? Plugin on the website, and it tells me how many people are looking at the website at the same time. So if you go to Therabundle, it will say someone in New York is looking at this website. 63 people are looking at this. And all of yesterday, I was kept looking at it and being like, wow, technology is amazing. This is so brilliant. How can we know this? And then I tested it. And I was like, oh, this person in this country, it says someone in France.
It's me.
Yeah, that's me. I'm looking at my website. And so that was really cool. So it's I kind of had all this hype. I had all this, and I was just dying to switch the pages over and make it the home page, and, just all day, copy, paste this, make sure this is right, testing and all this kind of stuff. So yeah, I was really excited to get it started.
Yeah, me too. That's why I bought it 3 times. Because I'm so excited.
We did so much testing, and I had a look this morning. I was like, why were there so many refunds?
Me.
And it's because we tested the full sales process. So not just using a coupon code or doing it for free or doing it in test mode, which you can do on Thrivecart. But actually being a customer, a buyer, a purchaser, and going through the whole process to make sure everything worked. So yeah.
That's fun. And it was such a long time ago now that you actually said to me, this is my idea. This is what I'm thinking of doing. Was it May? I feel like it was May.
I think it was May. Yeah, it was May. I think I've tracked it somewhere. Yeah.
And your initial thought was, let's do this for July.
Oh my God, do you remember? I was like, do you think... I think it was towards the end of May. And I said, do you think we can just get it together in 6 weeks?
How naive.
So sweet.
Yeah.
Oh, so sweet. First
I'm so glad I said
second quarter tomorrow. Oh my gosh. Yeah, I was like, we can just bang this out before you go on holiday. It's going to be fine. Yeah, no problem.
Yeah, you want to do it for some holidays. I was like, I just don't think it's going to work. I just don't think we can get all these people together and do all the stuff we need to do.
There was so much stuff that I didn't know.
Yeah.
There was so much stuff that I didn't know that I needed time for. And also, this is quite a unique bundle. So even if you go and talk to other people and get help from other people, it's very unique because of the people that are in it and, the community of therapists. And what I mean by that is that most people are first-time bundle contributors and most people are first-time bundle buyers. And so there's a lot more that goes into the support in that situation. But the other thing was that this could have taken much, much longer if I hadn't spent money getting help from lots of people who've done bundles. So I've actually saved us loads of time because of lots of the things that I've shelled out for.
Yeah.
So yeah, could have taken us a whole year to put this together.
But that's not you. You're like, I've got an idea. We're doing it now. That's the way you think. No. You're like, we're doing it now. So they never would have taken a year. You wouldn't have let it because you probably would have got bored with it and been like, we'll do something else if you were going to plan it for a year.
Totally. There's other things that I have ideas about and I tell you we're going to do next and then they take too long and I'm like, don't want to do that.
Yeah. I keep trying to get you to like, let's plan for 2023. You're like, nah, not yet.
I know. How many times you've been like, what are we doing for pod? Like, what's happening for pod? I need to know about, like, what are we doing? Because, you know, like, for people who don't know about the practice pod, I've got 3 small coaching groups, and I'm really like dedicated to everything having like beginnings and middles and endings. I really like that whole journey. And so they all end in December, right? Some people have been with me multiple times. They've done pod several times, but they need to know what's going to happen, right? Like, is there another offer? Is there another pod? Are we continuing? Are we changing things? Like, what's happening out there? And I'm just like, I don't know. I'll tell you in November.
When there's a month to go. Yeah.
Well, I don't have the idea yet. Like, I can't form the idea until we're closer to it.
Yeah. And also we had a break in August. So you want to get people back and see where everyone is and see what they need and stuff. So yeah, you're very much let's go with what the people need, as opposed to like what I want to create. I've noticed that about you, working with you for so long. It's like, what do people need, as opposed to like, this is what I want to do. So there's like
so cool. Much stuff that I can just like, there's so much stuff that everyone can just make, but there's like, what's the point if nobody's interested? You know, I mean, there's some stuff that I do that I kind of really work hard to get people interested, like paperwork. I made that without anyone's interest, right? Because that's like my little sort of like, I love that, you know. But other stuff, I want to listen and listen and listen. And when I hear someone asking for something over and over and over, and then I'm like, oh, I could, because otherwise I'd just be teaching people like, you know, I don't know, how to use a Thermomix, or, you know, I
don't know what that is, but I'll just nod.
vegan snacks. Nobody wants to know. Do you know what I mean? So, you know, you have to respond.
Yeah, cool. Let's go back to bundle. So that's what we're talking about this week. That's okay. Yes. But let's go back to bundle. So what would you say was like the thing that surprised you the most about the process from like a contributor host point of view? What do you think surprised you the most?
I don't know if I can really say.
Okay.
What surprised me the most? I can tell you a few things that surprised me, where there are like multiple stages that I didn't anticipate, and I'm very good at anticipating problems. And there were multiple things that I didn't anticipate. So that was a bit of a surprise. I mean, the number of people that bought on the first day, that was a big surprise.
The number of people who signed up to be contributors, that was a big shock, wasn't it?
That was a really big surprise. Do you remember how many people did I say I thought I could convince to be in it at the beginning?
Maybe like 10 or 15.
I think I said 10 or 15. I was like, I reckon maybe I can get Amber, maybe I can get Lisa. Maybe. Okay, you have to.
You were like, you can do it. Yeah.
You're gonna have to do it. I'm gonna do it. So maybe 10 or 15. Yeah, that did really surprise me, how many people, and also like people that I didn't know that applied.
Yes. Yeah, when you were like, I don't know this name, let's look them up. Yeah. And we had over 60 applications.
Yeah, I think it was like around 67 that did the form, and then a few other people that emailed me. So I think it's around like in total, I think like 70 people who kind of filled out the form and stuff. Yeah, the first form, because I made people go through like a whole process of like multiple forms.
You wanted to make sure they were really keen, like they really wanted to do this, because they had to fill out multiple forms if they wanted to, if they wanted to get accepted. Okay, so I'm going to answer this question first, and I know you're going to know my answer, but my question is, who was you like blown away by when you saw their name on the sign up sheet? So I'll do mine first, obviously. So mine was Marie Fang, and for those people who don't know who she is, she has a YouTube channel called Private Practice Skills, and I've been following her, stalking her for like a year, and I was like, I think we need to get her, and I DM'd her, and then 10 minutes later her name was on the sheet, and I was like, oh my God, I was like fangirling over it. And I was saying to you, she's going to be really good. Like, she's got really good offers, and more because obviously you know a lot of therapists, but I obviously, in my kind of niche of like helping therapists from an admin point of view, there's not that many. There are people, but there's not that many. So for for me, that was my fangirl moment. So what was yours? Who blew you away when you saw their name?
I was really surprised at some people that signed up, and I was like, who vouched for me? Because they've never met me before, you know. So yeah, I mean, Marie, I'm really surprised that I managed to get Amber. I convinced Amber. I was like, oh, this is amazing. This is so cool. Katie Reed, Lee, Shay McDonough. I was really like, oh, why would they want to be in my bundle? You know? Yeah, I don't know, Bina Bird, Michelle Rissa, like a lot of like Facebook admins of groups that lead Facebook, you know, because I'm in their groups, I see them lead their groups. I've never had any interaction necessarily apart from like little chats in the comments and things like that. And then to like just see applications come in, submissions come in, and be like, oh my God, I know that name. You know, it was quite fun. Yeah, it was cool.
Yeah, that was my next question. Like, so what was the most fun part for you of like making Therabundle? Because it's been a lot of work, and we can like talk about that and how many hours. And it's so funny that I introduced you to Clockify just before this started, right? So I don't know when exactly.
No, I started on the 1st of January. I've been doing Clockify since then. You told me about it in December, and I was like, right. So I've tracked all my work hours since the 1st of January.
Yeah. And there was a lot. It's very high.
Yeah, except for I was very bad at tracking in July. Like I really just kind of let it go. But apart from that, I've been really on it. So we've got a really good idea of what took how long in everything, all the like areas of work, but specifically with the bundle and all the, because I also break it up. I don't just go like Clockify bundle. I go like, you know, bundle, website page, bundle FAQs, bundle, you know, copywriting, bundle coaching, all of that kind of thing. So I know how much, and also tracking expenses and everything like that. So I mean, the really fun part has been like the energy and the like warmth and encouragement in the contributor group. So we have I made like a little contributor course so that people would know how to be contributors, kind of, and have all the information in one place. But then also there's a Voxer group, and that's been really, I don't know what's happening over here, but sorry, something's happening on my screen. It's a problem with my mouse. So that's been super fun, because like people ask questions in there, but then they also just share like their intentions and their hopes, and they're like, and yeah, so that's been really fun. Also, we did like a recording for Marie Fang's YouTube, and that was so fun. I think there were 9 or 10 of us there. That was really nice. The launch party, that was super fun last night. Yeah, that was really fun. Yeah, loads of fun moments.
That builder bundle game was really good, and just showed how even if you just got like one small issue that you want to deal with, like how many of the courses or templates or whatever you could put together, even if it was just 5 of them, and how much value you're going to get from that, and the saving that you would get just from those. And there's another 40, you know, that you could do if you like fancied it, kind of thing. So that was
absolutely
really fun.
I think it was such a great idea, my game that I made up.
Pat yourself on the back.
Do you know what I mean? So for people who didn't come to the launch party, we're gonna edit some snippets out and give it to everybody to share and stuff. But essentially, I didn't really tell anyone what was going to happen. So the 300 people that signed up, and the 100 and whatever it was, 130 people that came, 123 people that came, just came on faith, just came like, oh, I'll just try this out. And then I made them workshop, and then we played a game called Build a Bundle, where we got some of the, once we did a sort of acknowledgement and audit of the things that we needed support with, I picked on like contributors to say like how their offer provided support or a solution for those particular issues. And they were really cool as well. And I just picked random ones that I saw in the chat. And I loved when people were like, yes, mine directly helps this thing, even when you wouldn't have thought of it. And so it's really cool. And then at the end, what we did was I got Kim. You had to work so hard in the launch party, but so Kim had to do the math to add up the value of all those offers. And what I mean by value is like what they're sold for individually on people's websites currently. And so she added up the value of all of those offers, and then we would see how much for saving. So if you just get 5 things, sometimes the saving is like you're making an 80% saving or a 70% saving, something like that. So it was a really fun game. It was good.
Yeah, no, that was really cool. That was really good. Right. Okay, so is there anything in the bundle that you're actually excited to do? Like, I know there is. I know there's ones that you're excited. And I also know Marie asked you this in the Zoom call, but we can maybe think about other ones because there's so many on there. They all look so cool.
Yeah, they're really good. And I find it really hard to pick because I sort of feel like really attached to all the offers now. I feel like, I don't know. I sort of feel like I'm having a hand in their promotion or something, and like, so it's quite hard. But there's some that are in there that when we were doing the submission process, so what we did was people would fill out a form and that went into a spreadsheet. We've got like a mega spreadsheet called the Therabundle Hub, and it's got loads of different sheets on it. So anytime one piece of information changes, it has to be changed in like 6 different places, right? So that's been really hard to keep track of. So the first form, we put that information into the sort of decision sheet. And then the second form, we added the information that we needed and then went through each individual submission and followed up when we had questions. Quite a lot of the time, we needed more information. And then, let people know like, okay, this is the next step, or this isn't, it's not a good fit or whatever. And, but quite a lot of the time when we got a submission, we'd be like, oh yeah, this is brilliant. This will be great for us, So
we were like ticking them off.
Marie's Google My Business. She actually like offered 2 different things. And I was like, no, we have to have this one. It's completely different to everything else. Yeah, and also I need it. But it's different to everything else, like nothing else talks about that. It's specific, it's niche. That's what I really wanted with the bundle, was that it would have like expert niche topics that people would be able to like just hone in on, do this one thing, and then not like a general.
Yeah, they're all very niche. Yeah, totally.
Exactly.
And there's something for everyone, like every stage of private practice as well. I know we had, people asked in the chat, like, oh, I'm right at the start of my journey. Is this for me? Or I've been in practice a while. Like, is this still going to be relevant? And it really is relevant for anyone, any therapist who is in, well, I don't even know if they need to be in private practice, thinking about being in private practice, like if they're just, a therapist in general, there's so much that would help them, in any stage of their journey, isn't there? And that's like what we really wanted to make sure that we had everything covered.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, I think that there's loads of things in the business and administration category that are really great for people who are starting private practice, right? Or who've found themselves in a massive mess with their invoicing and their tracking and things like that. And so that could be someone at the beginning of their private practice journey. It could be someone who's kind of in the middle. It could be someone who's tidying things up or come back after a break or something like that. So there's Kim Keller's ClickUp Hub, which is like, I literally talk about having a business hub all the time. We do it in Google Docs and Notion and Waybook and Trello. And everything's sort of connected, but you can also just do it in Kim Keller's ClickUp Hub. So you get a ClickUp, you got a hub, all the information is there. She serves therapists. She knows what they need. It's all done for you. It's a $300 offer and everything, project management system totally set up for you, tiers, client tracker, making sure that I've got one.
Yeah,
I use one. Cool. I've got my own, and hers has more columns in it.
It does have a lot of columns and colors, right? Which I love.
Yeah, Exactly. It's really set out really nicely. So all of that stuff is really great when you're at the beginning or if you need to tidy up. But there's loads of other stuff in there. So people who are not in private practice, why can't you write a book? Why don't you, why not do Kara's Professional Unpublished? Why not do a one-day retreat, Megan Gunnell's one-day retreat? Why not, join a learn about the personal development stuff? Like there's so much stuff in there. So there's loads of stuff in there that's just for us as like personal human beings as well. So Dufflin's love him or leave him, like you questioning your relationship, Maggie's unapologetically child free, so many, resources.
Michelle's burnout.
Parents, exactly. And then Michelle's burnout for therapist mums. And all of these things, like I talk about it as like therapist resources, but the reality is like a physiotherapist or a chiropractor or a doctor or anyone could come in and get this bundle and find loads of resources in there that are helpful, Yeah,
totally. Awesome. So that's super exciting. So what are you going to be doing next? What are you doing this week then? What are we doing this week?
I'm essentially doing like a press tour.
Yes.
Which is really funny. I quite like doing lives and interviews, but I didn't know I'd have this many. So my voice is already like a little bit sore. Yeah. I've already dropped water all over my keyboard, my table. My mouse is going bonkers. So yeah, this whole week feels like quite a long cart now that we've opened.
Yeah.
So this week is just like, it's just about, basically my goals are to get as many people to buy it as possible because
it's awesome.
There's so much awesome stuff in there. But also like my when we talk about goals, when I support people in pod with goals, I talk about like, but what can we actually control? I cannot control whether people are going to buy things. I cannot control whether people are going to think this is not for me, or they're annoyed because I'm on Facebook too much and so they don't want to buy it, or I cannot control any of that stuff, right? But what I can control is like my attitude and my intention and the way that I can support contributors. So that means, working really hard on things like sales page and answering their questions and going into groups. And, one of the things that I've been spending loads of time doing is like scrolling through my feed and making sure that contributors are using the correct links so that they get credit when they get paid, because a lot of the time that gets messed up on Facebook. So my goals are really about like, what can I put in? So what I've done is I've cleared my week of client therapy work. I've, set up my home and my schedule and all of those things so that I can respond basically. And and like support the team kind of thing, the contributor team.
And that Voxer group is always on fire. I was on holiday, actually abroad, in the 2 weeks leading up to the launch, which we were like, this is fine, we can still do this is okay,
we're not doing that again ever.
and I had to turn it off just so I could focus on being present. But I felt such FOMO. I was like, when I looked on it, I was like 170 messages, okay, but I knew I couldn't scroll back through them all, so I was like, I'm just going to miss them. That's a shame, because there's so much love like within, which is so nice. Like, you might think that other people are your competitors and stuff, and that's such nonsense. Like, there's so much support for each other and love for like, I'm so excited to like literally not even on a live or on a Zoom call or on a YouTube video, like it within the Voxer group, like, I'm so excited you're here and I'm so excited to do your course, or I did your course last year, it's so awesome. And it's just so nice to see all that. That's, I guess, not that I wasn't expecting things like that, but that was an unexpected bonus. It was just like the love between everybody and the support, and like the you talk about building your referral network and stuff, and this is like amazing for everybody who's involved to do that. And so it's super cool. Well done.
Thanks. Well, it's really, what I really love is like how generous everyone is with their like knowledge and experience. because a lot of people in the contributor group have loads of experience with online business, and there are lots of newcomers in there as well, and there are lots of people who are like super techie, who really love all the platforms, and there are lots of people who don't at all, and there's a real mix, and you need a real mix, you know. And so what I really love about everyone who has ended up in here has been about like exactly that, the intention, the like camaraderie even, and it's like really people, you know, like walking the walk about abundance and sharing. A lot of people that I specifically approached were like, no, this is competitive, you know, this is like competitive to my business at that time. I'm launching something else. No. So these are like people who have like a vision beyond that and are doing something. It's like they may or may not make some money from it. And there are lots of people who made something specifically for this and don't have audiences and are not likely to make any cash from it at all. And they're participating. And I really wanted this balance of like new people and people who've been around. And that's like, I think that's been really amazing. I think it would be really different if it was just all people with like, you know, low 20 years experience or no experience, you know?
Yeah, no, totally. And also just to touch on what people get when they buy, because not only does Tamara just be like, you know, just, oh, here's the courses, she makes over and above, you know, we're doing video tutorials so that people understand how to use the tracker, how to use you've created a course within your own platform so that it's really simple for people to be able to like search for what they want and use you know, you've got a tracker that you can like edit yourself so that you can like add your own links and notes and all that kind of stuff. So yeah, they get a lot of stuff, don't they, once they sign up. It's not like you just it's not like you never hear from you. And also you're doing sign up sessions too.
Yeah, so usually when you buy a bundle, so people don't know this in the therapy world, I kind of want to just put it on the FAQs page, but usually when you buy a bundle, what happens is you literally like pay for it and then you get access to a page and it just gives you like the names of all the courses and the coupon codes, and you have to like copy and then go to the page and paste it in and then go through the process, blah, 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 blah. And usually on bundles, I've bought a few now, usually on bundles, you can buy something that makes it easier. You can buy something that makes it like simpler, like a spreadsheet where you can just go line by line, click, copy. But because we're a lot of us first-time bundle contributors, first-time bundle hosts, first-time bundle buyers, I felt like it was really important to give people all the tools. So because we don't all work in the same way and some people don't like spreadsheets, there are 3 different options, right? Who doesn't like a spreadsheet? There's a spreadsheet with all the information. So you can click, copy, click, copy, click, copy. Super easy. Get it done in such a short, I mean, not such a short amount of time, but a shorter amount of time, right? You can create a column, check box which ones you want, all of that kind of thing, right? Then there's also a dashboard where you can just search for things by category or by name or think, you know, and there's tutorials for all of these things going in today.
On it.
Right?
I'm on it right
Kim's
now.
making. And there's tutorials for some of them already, but you know, there's we're going to add more stuff in. And so then you can just search and do it yourself. You know, you don't need to have a spreadsheet. And then if you wanted to pay an extra $7 on the checkout, you can have my Trello board, which is really lovely. I want to show it, but I don't want to.
I don't think there's any codes or anything in there.
I don't think so. Maybe I can. Maybe I can share it.
Look at it first, but I don't think there's any codes. It just has the contributors' names and stuff, which people know anyway because it's on the sales page.
My mouse is not working.
Oh, no.
Which also means you're going to have to end the call.
Bye.
Hang on. So I dropped water everywhere just before we got on the call, and unfortunately it seems to have had an effect. Oh my God, I just broke a mouse the other day as well.
Super annoying.
You've gone. I don't know where you are now.
I'm here. Still live.
I can't see you. Okay, I can see you now. No, where have you gone?
Somewhere. Still here. But anyway, even in just the search bit, which is awesome because you can filter by category and things you know, so you can look at what you want. You just click on a link and it takes you straight there, and the coupon code's all there. So it's really simple. It's not even like you've got to like copy and paste stuff. There's like just click buttons. So it's really simple for everybody to sign up. And I was so shocked last night because we were obviously starting to get sales from the launch party, which was awesome. And, you know, we were in the inbox and we could see the number going up, and that was really fun. But then in my own personal email, I was like, people are actually signing up for my thing. And that was really cool as well, just to see people are actually
so
on
nice?
it. They're like on it.
Right?
And they're not only are they, you know, buying the bundle, but they're actually right, I'm on it and I want to sign up for things right away, which was really cool to see.
Super amazing. I mean, I think what I do want to say about the sign up process is, like, sometimes I don't want to make it sound like I've done all this stuff that makes it easy and it's going to take you half an hour to sign up for 45 offers. It's not. How long does it take you to sign up for one course, right? If you want all 45, it's going to take a bit of time. So I have to, you know, like, as a bundle host, we will do everything in the Therabundle team to make the process as easy as possible. We'll tell you what's going to happen in checkout. When you get to the thank you page, it tells you what to expect in your inbox. It invites you to come and join the Facebook group. It tells you where to go and log in. But I do kind of want to prepare people for, it will take a little bit of time to get the assets. Just like if you go to their websites and you look at their sales pages and you read through it and then you click and then you sign up and then you have to go to PayPal and then you have to do this, and like, it will take some time. I've tried to condense it as much as possible, but it's unrealistic to think that it won't take time. So in order to give people support, because sometimes we get frustrated when we do that stuff on our own, I'm also going to do sign up sessions on a Monday after the bundle closes. And I'm going to do it 3 different times during the day. So people in Asia, Australia can come to my morning one, and people can come in the afternoon, and people in America can come in the evening one. And you can ask me questions. And if there's loads and loads of people, then, you know, hopefully over the 3 times, hopefully we'll be able to answer questions, or maybe I can make videos. So I'm really like, I want to be supportive, but I also want to prepare you. It's unrealistic to be like, I'm going to get all this stuff for $97 and then not have a moment of like, oh, it takes a bit of time to sign up for things. So,
but that's why people have until the 14th of October, right? So they've got time.
So they have a whole month. You've got a whole month to do it. I'm going to send reminders. I'm going to provide like live support, and you've got all these other various kinds of support as well. And then for people who have the question about access, so first of all, I just want to say that if people have questions, you can go to the page therabundle.com, use Kim's link underneath this video, which is different from therabundle.com. So use that one. And then when you get there, go to the FAQs at the bottom, go to the frequently asked questions, and you're going to find hopefully the answer to your question. For people who are worried about access, do I have to do 45 courses in 1 month? No, you have to enroll in all of them within that month. So the way that I convince people to join in this thing is like, we're just going to sell it for a week, once in a lifetime. You're never, ever going to do it again. This is just a total one-off. You pay, we'll get $97. This is how we're going to work out all the back end of this. And then I'm going to take care of them for a month and support people as they enroll for all these things. And then after that, that's it. Like, you're literally treated like a paying customer, a full fee paying customer in all of these people's ecosystems, right? And then that means that if you get a download or a template, it's yours for life, it's yours forever. Means that if you sign up to a course, you'll have a minimum of 6 months available to you, because I've asked all the contributors to make it available for 6 months. But most of them are what we call like lifetime access. And that means the lifetime of the course. Like while the course exists, you'll have access to it. You know, like if I decide to change my career and I close my website next year, then, you know, things change. But while the course exists, you have access to it. And so that's kind of the deal with access. So hopefully I've answered that, just in case anyone was wondering.
And do you know what? I just thought about something last night when I couldn't sleep and I was pacing my living room to try and get my restless leg syndrome out. I saw somebody had like like people have objections, obviously, and somebody had an objection that they have a CPD ban this year. And I actually have the same. I did so many courses last year. So I really did. I spent a lot of money, probably about $3,000, which is a lot of money to me, on online courses, email marketing, all that kind of stuff, things that I, was really interested in. So I was like, 2022, it's more about action than doing the courses. It was putting those things into action. But what I thought is, well, people could so you could buy it to get the humongous deal, sign up for the things, and then wait until 2023. So you're not breaking your promise to yourself that I'm not doing any CPD this year, but you do them all in 2023. So you would still be able to do that. So I just was like, needed to get that out because it's in my brain that somebody said that. And I wanted to look for the comment and comment on it, but I was like, I might as well just say it here.
I think that's a really good workaround. I think there's a problem with saying things like I've got a CPD ban or generally speaking, because the reality is, like, I believe that we're always continuously developing. We're always this is kind of the whole premise of the launch, is that we are, and especially as therapists and therapist adjacent professionals, we intend to develop constantly, professionally, personally, internally, externally. So I just don't believe in the idea of like, I'm not going to learn anything else, or I'm not going to do any more courses, because I think that that's a different problem, like that we're talking about. Is that a spending problem? I don't want to spend any more in this area. I totally understand. We've got to make provision for that. We have to I mean, some of the things in the bundle can help with this, but we have to allocate for spending in this area. We have to make decisions about whether we're gonna prioritize this or prioritize this. Are you going to take more time to learn how to do something, or are you going to pay someone else to do it, for example, right? So someone might want to invest in hiring someone to help them, but not buy this other thing. Totally valid. All of those things are totally valid, but I think it's deeper than just I'm just not going to learn. I'm not going to learn anything else. It's like, is this a budget issue? In which case, let's all talk about that. Mm-hmm. Is this I buy stuff all the time and I don't finish it, which is a problem for many of us, in which case I think there's a lot of stuff for us to do around things like that. There's loads of courses that I've bought that I haven't finished, and I've really learned to be well, I got what I needed from it, obviously, and then so there's other things. There's Foxer just starts talking all the time. Oh my God. Can you hear it?
Yeah. I can't hear the speaking. I can just hear the boop, boop, boop.
I'm just going to chuck all my phones away. Doesn't matter how many times I turn the things off, the notifications, it still continues. So anyway, I understand, but I also just think that there are different, more respectful ways of making decisions about our spending and the way that we spend our time to ourselves, because you're learning anyway, whether you buy the bundle or not.
Yeah. Okay, awesome. Is there anything else you want people to know, or do you think just go to the sales page, it's all there? Because go to the sales page,
it's all there. I'd love people to know what the process has been like for you. What's it been like with me going I've got a big idea, and then just being every 2 minutes, okay, you got to do this, you got to do this, so what's that been like for you as part of the team? And also kind of you know, a less visible part of the team as well. So you don't get as much kind of like, you don't get as many strokes as I do.
Well, when you first brought that idea to me, because obviously I am in the online world, so I know about bundles and stuff, but when you said like I want to do one, I was like, yes, come on, let's do it, we can do this. And also I just love, like, you just really do have good ideas, and they come from you. Like, it's not like I'm bringing you ideas, you know. I definitely, you know, walk alongside you with everything you want to do, but you have such good ideas. And when you had bundle, I was like, I'm so in, like, count me in, I'm going to sign up straight away. But also you are someone who, like, you don't just, you are a visionary, totally, but you're also really practical as well. So, you know, you had the Trello board set up and you've got the hub started, and yeah, I make tweaks to it, and because I'm the one doing some of that work, like especially with the hub stuff, and, you know, checking off things and making sure people were emailed and looking after the contributors, you know, testing everything, stuff like that. So that's the kind of like what my role was. So I'll make tweaks to it, but it's all there to start with. So it's so good to have like a starting point, because everything's in your head, but you do kind of put it on paper, so I understand what it is you want to do. So I always enjoy working with you, because you're not just someone who's like, this is my idea, make it work. Like, that's not you. You're like in the nitty gritty. You're like, I wonder how this works. How does this work? And learning all the new systems and things like that has been great too. I love systems. Obviously, that's my thing. But you always find like new systems or like things that are really exciting. So I'm like, oh, tell me about this one. So it's great to help you. And if, you know, hopefully that's what I do. I help you. But it's also great to learn from you too. And like, just think, you know, you've definitely got that abundance mindset, and that like we can do anything we want, kind of like whatever we want to do, we can put our mind to it. And I love that. And it's made me feel like that in my own business too, when it comes to helping therapists and growing my business. Because I remember when I started with you, I think you were like my third client, right? And I was like, oh, you know, I'm just a VA and I'm just doing this and just. And now I'm like, got a team and like got online courses myself and stuff. So it's really, and I feel like a lot of that is watching you and learning from you. And so, yeah, no, it's always awesome working for you.
It's so funny. Do you remember at the beginning? Yeah, do you remember at the beginning when we first started working together, and I was like, and then you should hire someone and then they can support other therapists, and you were like, oh no, I don't think I can do like that. It's like an agency. And I was like, and then you could have 10 people, and then you could do this, and then you could do that, and then you could teach people how to, and then you could make a course out of it. And you were just like, no, that's not for me. And look, now you're doing it. Now you got a team, you're hiring people, you're, you know, supporting how many therapists. And I want to say, like, this is something that I say in literally every call. I believe that the administrative and the business support and the things that we put in place in our business exponentially improve the experience of therapy for our clients. Right? So some people might be like not on board with that idea, but I believe in like clarity, because I appreciate that. I don't get it anywhere, but I appreciate it. And so, you know, your agency, your business, that's what it supports therapists with doing. So all of those clients are getting the benefit of that.
Yeah. No, I know. I'm proud of myself.
Isn't that brilliant? So cool.
No, it is cool. And it's totally that. That's why, you know, I say like just having like an onboarding process can really help your clients. Like that's just such a small thing, but having that, or, you know, and just if you have support as a VA, like if you have VA support, then that can help you just focus on your clients and focus on the therapy room and not worry about chasing invoices, or did I book that person in? Did I send them that Zoom link? Like that's all taken care of for you. So you can just be present and do what you're good at and what you wanted to be, which was a therapist, not necessarily an admin. You know, like obviously you're a business owner and you still need to have that handle on it, but like, you know, you don't need the nitty gritty of like email inbox management and stuff. So all good.
What one thing that I see in all the therapist groups in the UK is like, which insurance company accepts people? Do I need to be accredited? How do I invoice them? How do I get blah, 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 blah? And so your offer helps people with that. Do you want to say what it is?
yet. So the offer that I've put into the bundle are my medical insurance templates. This is one of the first jobs I had to do when I started working with my first client. It was invoicing and medical insurance. And I realized that it was really hard to like manage if you didn't have some things in place, you know, knowing how many sessions people had authorized, how many they'd used, when did I invoice them, when am I expecting the money, I've got paid, but what am I being paid for? Because, you know, when you send invoices to insurers, they'll just send you a batch money, but you don't know what they've paid for, and maybe someone had excess and they haven't paid you enough, and it can get really confusing. Putting that aside, working with insurers providers can be really good, especially if you're starting out in private practice, and you want to build, you know, your client referrals and your inquiries and stuff, because you can get more inquiries from working with insurers. And also, if you are in the type of client base you work with and they have psychiatrists that they might work with, psychiatrists will recommend therapists very often in, you know, what they do. And if you are with an insurer, you have a benefit of getting, you know, that referral, because a lot of people that work with psychiatrists will already have insurance, so it all kind of like ties in. So that's what I've put in. So I have created a template which you send out to your clients when they onboard, and it asks for all the information you need. So that would be their, you know, their membership number, their authorization number, how many sessions, all that kind of stuff. Then I have a sheet that you keep for yourself internally, which has all of your information. So what your provider number is, what fee you can charge, the contact details for how you invoice, or what system you need to use and your password for that system, things like that. So it's like a secure document. And then I have an invoice details and log, so that you can keep all of your insurance clients in one place, keep a record of how many sessions they've used, so you know when you need to like do treatment requests and things like that, treatment extension requests, and also keep track of the invoices. So once I've invoiced, I've been paid for this, or I need to chase this client for excess. So it's like everything you need to manage your insurers. And if people do buy with my link, which Tamara's kindly going to put below the video, I've also got a bonus for those people, which is really cool. It's really cool. I did it like really recently when I got back from holiday. I was like rushing, so I've been so busy working as well. But it's a workbook that tells people how they can apply, what the criteria is for each of the insurers that I know about, which is there's 6 of them. So there is a, you know, wide range of insurers. It's even got a link to the form or the website that you can apply on. It has all the invoicing process specifically to that insurer, and also how you invoice. I've got email addresses, I've got a contact sheet. So there's lots of stuff on there. So it's really good. So if you're really thinking of working with insurers, or you already do, this bundle together, like the workbook and the template, is going to be really helpful for you.
Yeah, brilliant. Absolutely. And I think it's really important. Loads of therapists don't even think of like signing up because they don't know how to get on insurance panels. And so this is going to be really, really useful. Okay. So what is, fine, just to wrap up, what's like the most bananas thing that has happened during bundle, or the weirdest like system that or thing that I've made you do or asked you for, or what have you like looked at your Trello board and just been like, what? It must have happened several times.
I mean, nothing you do surprises me anymore. Maybe you need to up your surprise game. I kind of expect anything from you. That's like a hard one, because I mean, all the videos you asked me to film, they're all fun, because they're like, just film a video of doing this one thing. I'm like, really? And you're like, yeah, I just want to give buyers or the contributors like more support. I've also helped a couple of the contributors get their things set up so that they could be part of it. So that was really fun, meeting the contributors, you know, on a professional basis, and like helping them, showing them how to use the system that they already have in place so that they can be part of the bundle. So that was good. Yeah, I don't know. Like I say, nothing really surprises me with you. I know.
I was just like, can you just go and work for someone else for a few hours?
Yes. Do you have time to just work for someone else?
Can you just add another client to your, just go and help fix? I really want them in. Can you help? Can you do that? I think you've had quite a lot of that. I'd really want this. Can you do it?
Yeah.
And then sometimes I don't use it as well. Does that happens quite a lot, doesn't it?
You do that. You do that a lot. It's like, can you do me this report, or can you just check out this system? And then I'll do hours of research or hours of like making support, and then you never touch it. And I'm like, did you look at that point? You're like, no, moved on.
Found something else. Something else. I do think that is a bit of a problem with like tech stuff. So like I bought, I'll buy things off AppSumo, and then I'll be like, we're using this now forever and ever. And then I'll come up against something that I don't like about it.
Yeah.
I'll just be like, we're not using this anymore. Stop using it. Yeah.
So yeah, that's the only thing. But yeah, other than that, like I just expect anything from you.
Cool. Well, so we are day one, cart open at the moment. Depending on when people are watching this, cart closes on the 14th of September. And you've got a month till the 14th of October to enroll in whatever you want to enroll or download. And then you're free from me.
Until next time. Not next bundle, but like until your next idea.
I've already had 5 applications for next year. Amazing. Like forms filled out.
Wow.
How cool is that?
That is cool. Yeah, I guess actually just thinking about the only bananas thing that I was like, was you saying we can do it in 6 weeks.
Yeah, that's true. I think so. Okay. One of the coaches that I bought a lot of resources from has, for people, I mean, this is like a bit long and convoluted. You can buy a lot of resources that can make things quicker, essentially. And if I had had some of the resources that I now have back then, I might have been able to put it together in like 8 or 10 weeks. But without those resources, or only getting them very recently, it's taken 4 and a bit months.
That's not long though, really.
Yeah, it is for me.
Yeah.
All right. Great. Shall we wrap up?
Yes.
What do you want to say at the end?
Just that I am super excited. I really want everyone to go and check out the sales page because it's awesome and it took a longer time to make it. And just see who's contributing and what the offers are. Like, even if you're a bit skeptical about it, just go and have a look what's in there, because I'm absolutely sure that there will be something for everyone.
Yes.
That's it.
Absolutely.